So imagine, if you will, if you took the scene from Children of Men, that 7 minute long one take scene, and you turned it into a full movie and put it in World War One. That's 1917. What's up, guys, and welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of 1917, the newest film from director Sam Mendes. It's photographed by Roger Deakins, and it stars George McKay, Dean Charles Chapman, Colin Firth, Mark Strong, Andrew Scott, Richard Madden, and Benedict Cumberbatch. So 1917 is a pretty simple movie. It's about two characters named Schofield and Blake, played by Charles Chapman and of course McKay, and they are two young soldiers in World War I on the British side of things. And they are sent on a mission. The mission is take a letter to a corporal or general or whatever to a specific place to keep him from basically falling into a trap that the Germans have set. So this story is basically following these two soldiers as they go on that destination, and that's the basic storyline of the movie. What makes this movie unique is it's a one-shot movie in essence, where they start one point, they end at another point. You completely follow them to that point to eventually where we get to the ending conclusion of this movie. And that is a very ambitious task, because if you've ever seen movies like Children of Men or, The Player, or any of these movies that have one shots, it's a very hard thing to do. There was a movie that came out called Victoria, which was completely one shot with no edits, which 1917 does have in its one shot, but they did it 7 times in a one shot, and it's very difficult to do. The planning and staging and the amount of characters in this movie and how you have to kind of like coordinate and everything, it's an ambitious task. And I'm going to tell you what, right now, this movie is incredible. This movie is some of the most amazing things I've seen this year in a movie, maybe of the decade. I'm still deciding what I want to do about my decade review right now, but this movie is so ambitious and so ridiculously good that you're just like, you're on the edge of your seat, just like gripping the the armrest, because you're sweating. And this movie follows them through like the trenches, and it follows them through gunfights, and it just follows them into the monotony of trying to get to a certain place while the tension builds and builds and builds. Because if you know anything about World War One, there was a lot of trench warfare where a lot of people were stuck in trenches, not being able to move, and there was a lot of standstills, and it was a very disturbing thing to watch. World War One was not fun. It's called the Great War for a reason, because it's very disturbing. And this movie is it's showing you how messed up World War One is, or any war in general. And it's an impressive and amazing movie. There are stuff in this movie, there are shots in this movie where your just mind is blown. There's a point in this movie where Roger Deakins, who deserves another Oscar for this movie, and Sam Mendes have set up a shot that they use with lighting, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's a certain sequence, and you'll know when it happens, which is now one of my favorite moments in film history. It's so amazing to watch. It's so well used and so well photographed that it just completely immerses you into the nature and the horrifying elements of World War One. And it's funny because the characters you're following, especially like the big actors, they're not in it for very long, because you're following these two soldiers. So they interact with Mark Strong for like 10 minutes of the movie, maybe even less. So, they'll Colin Firth, who plays like one of the generals, they interacted with him for like 3 minutes of the movie. And it shows you that what they're doing is a very important task, but you're following them. You're not following the big main actors. McKay and Charles Chapman are the main actors of this movie, and it's their story of how they're getting to that point. But the brutality of this movie is just off the charts. It's so uncomfortable to watch. It's very disturbing. It's very depressing. There are moments in this movie where you will probably cry, because it's just so heartbreaking to see like the death and the bodies, and the violence that's going on, and the things that the Germans and the British soldiers and all these soldiers had to do to protect themselves and to fight their country. And it's just, oh man, this movie is just so mesmerizing. Sam Mendes he proves once again why he's so good at what he does as a director. And his angles, and the fact that he is meticulously following these two characters, and you see all these soldiers around them, or they're in the field, or they're in motion, and you see just how everything's playing out. I just can't imagine like the structuring and how they were just able to do the things they do. And this is a film that is going to go down as one of my favorite war movies. Just that good, and the one shot is fantastic. Yes, I see the edits in the movie where they, you know, because this movie took a while to shoot, but it's just, oh my god, this movie is just mind-blowingly good. It's going to be my #1 film of the year. There's no film that's going to supplant this movie. I'm telling you right now, it's like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse last year. It's just such an incredible film. And then Thomas Newman, who is known for doing a lot of Sam Mendes' movies, when he ratchets up the score to coincide with what's going on throughout this film, it's just so chaotic and so boisterous and so Thomas Newman that you know it's his score, but it's just so well done. It's like anything he does, even though it's familiar, he knows how to put a spin and how to put a twist on it, and it's just so impressive. But like I said, George McKay, Daniel Charles Chapman are fantastic in this movie, especially George McKay, who, you know, he's been in a lot of movies, but this is his breakout role. And the other actors, like, you know, the Benedict Cumberbatch and Mark Strong and Colin Firth and so on and so forth, they're fine in the movie. They're not in it very much, but they have their moments where you like seeing them on screen. But the two actors are what make this movie, and it's fantastic. And like I said, Roger Deakins just proves once again. I thought the moment in Skyfall when they're fighting on top of the building and you see the neon lights and stuff like that was amazing. It's one of my favorite scenes of all time. This scene in this movie that I'm talking about just completely blows that out of the water. It's so fantastic, and it's so emotional, and it's so heartbreaking and heart-wrenching, but it's so mesmerizing to watch that it's a fantastic sequence, and you'll know when you get to it. So, but yeah, this movie it's an A+. If I give it a rating, I'd give it 10 out of 10 because it's such a fantastic movie. So there you go. That is my take on 1917. Let me know in the comments below what you are you excited about this movie? Are you not excited? What's your favorite war movie? I'd be interested to know. But yeah, there you go. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, always, of course, hit the subscribe button, join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. And of course, comment below on any video that you watch on my channel. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for checking out Movie Emporium. I really appreciate it. If you want to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button and the bell at the top. Find out what's coming next for Movie Emporium. Also, check out these 2 videos. They're amazing. I think they're awesome. I think you'll enjoy them too. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.